House Eothen serves the ruinous powers during the 41st millennium. Hailing from the Ultima Segmentum, the original homeworld of the Night House would be destroyed during a great cataclysm, now lost to history. A region of space ravaged by pirates and littered with barren worlds, the Night House would enslave navigators and psykers to allow for interstellar travel. Forming small fiefdoms by their tyrannical hands during the Great Crusade, the so-called Reikn Drior, or Pilgrims of Blood and Ashes, would earn a reputation as bloody conquerors. Following the triumph of the Ulanor Crusade, Horus Lupercal would dispatch his Sons of Horus Legion to end House Drior's tyranny. Personally destroying the commanding Imperial Knight Commander atop the frozen seas of Altus Ferro, Horus would travel to the heart of their kingdom and demand their fealty. Naming Horus as the Ring Gifter, a title bearing the responsibility as the one band among many of their kindred, Horus would cull those unwilling to serve the Imperium. Adopting their new title as House Aertheng, the Imperial Knights would inhabit the segment of space known as the Hrefmael Drift, where despite their humbling, they would continue to pillage non-compliant worlds. Refusing to abandon their vicious nature, House Aerfen would earn a savage reputation under the command of their new chieftain, Kynareth Gravewalker. Provoking duels with Freeblade Knights on numerous occasions, the bloodlust of their house would be reward enough for their need to battle. Warrior bands would be commanded by war leaders proven as brave and skilled combatants, as each raid of defenseless worlds would reward spoils from each battle. Holding contempt for any oathbreakers and subordinates unwilling to follow their orders, the chieftains of the Night House regard the traditions and trappings of their rivals with contempt. Enslaving over 10,000 citizens of the Altus Legia, despite their clear violation of Imperial law, they would incur no censure from the Lupercal. Allied with the Mechanicum of the Forge World of Cyclophreth, House Aertheng would join with the War Master during the betrayal of the Imperium and commit further atrocities in his name. Incorporating the teachings of the Davonite Lodge priests into their tradition, the Night House would adopt the widespread armorials depicting crow symbology upon their armor. Disdainful of colorful heraldry, House Aertheng utilized the sable red of their heritage, combined with black, seemingly with no adherence to a unified heraldry scheme. Their coat of arms, a black and red 8-pointed star on a white background, further professing their allegiance to the ruinous powers. Knights bearing crossed spears upon their heraldry identify them as members of the subcult of the Scions of Dolores, whilst many also bear the Eye of Horus to display their allegiance to the War Master. Proclaiming their past triumphs by inscribing runes into their carapace plating and greaves, despite their rejection of gaudy markings, the Night House is not beyond boasts of their deeds. Serving the traitor rebellion during the Battle of the Coronet Deeps and Battle of Beta Garmon, their army of 300 knights would reap a great cost in loyalist lives during the Horus Heresy. Fielding primarily Paladin, Knight-Errant, and Cerastus Knight Lancer patterns of war suits, though some warbands within their house would reject allying with the War Master of Chaos, such petty bands would do little to deter the Night House's descent into ruin. Known once more as the Reikn Drior, these killers would fight both their former kin and loyalist forces to claim the spoils of war. With the failure of the traitors to the throne to destroy the Imperium, House Aertheng would in its broken state retreat back into the dark corners of the galaxy. Their presence undetected for millennia, it is the hope of the Imperium that this treacherous and degenerate Night House has with time become extinct. The legacy left by the Reikn Drior, unworthy of the stature nor nobility of the Imperial Knights.